Labor Day is a day to honor and recognize the contributions of the men and women in the labor movement. But this year, the workforce looks a whole lot different than it once did, even a couple of years ago. After more than a year of economic hardship and lifestyle changes, businesses are still struggling to hire employees. With New York currently reporting the fourth highest unemployment rate in the country, the impact is being felt here. Allie Peters joins us now after hearing from business owners. Allie.
Adam, this Labor Day is a reminder of just how much the workforce has changed over the past year and a half during this pandemic, especially when it comes to attracting and retaining employees. Now that unemployment benefits have ended for millions, some business owners are hopeful they'll see more people coming back to work, but they also say it's going to take some time. This Labor Day, the workforce looks a lot different thanks to the pandemic.
We're in big trouble if it doesn't change a little bit.
The restaurant industry, one of the hardest hit, with "we're hiring" signs on nearly every restaurant window.
It's never been this bad. There's been many situations where I would have fired many people in many situations where now over the last, 700 days, if somebody tells me they're not coming in, it's just they're not coming in. That's end of story. And
restaurants have been left having to make some changes, some that could be here to stay.
What people are getting paid has gone up a lot through COVID, through the staffing challenges. So that is going to be a long-lasting benefit.
Other changes include broadening the hiring pool to people that may have not been hired in the past. Ross Mueller says this summer they've had nurses and teachers work a couple days a week.
To be an employee within our company, you had to have certain abilities and this and that. Whereas now, if you're brand new to the business, we're open to training you.
Some businesses are hopeful that with federal unemployment benefits expiring, more people will begin applying. But there's still COVID-19 and low wages to keep in mind.
Some people out there, they work just as hard as anybody out there, but they're just not being paid a living wage. And to them, it's not worth going to work and putting themselves at risk, You
can't really blame someone for staying home and making just as much money to stay home as you would to go to work, especially in a very tough business, stressful business.
Now, the pandemic isn't the only thing to blame for the changing workforce. Experts say demographics play a role too, like an aging population and slower growth rate, which simply means there are less workers overall. Live in the studio, Allie Peters, News 8.
Allie, thank you. The job market only grew by 235,000 jobs in August. That's according to the Labor Department. The number was much weaker than expected and a sign of the Delta variant's impact. Overall, the nation's unemployment rate dipped down to 5.2%.